good evening. So I thought, I'm sliding back mat here, I'd do a little tent post because I haven't done one of those yet. I've been doing lots of little videos as I walk around, but I tried to upload some stuff when I was in Fort Augustus, but where I was staying in Morag Lodge, the Wi-Fi wasn't very good, so I haven't been able to. But this is my tent. It's a bit of a bin at the minute. I'm getting tidier at it. I think one of the things that I was walking along, and it was quite a long day, and I walked through a wind farm, and it just took me forever to get out of it. And I was walking down what was actually a very pretty valley, but it was just a really difficult path. And actually, it was quite a relief to hear when the other people got here as well that they found it the same. And it's not just me getting old, but I was thinking about all the things that I'm really enjoying about this, and it's hard, you're walking every day with a backpack on, and things start to hurt and everything. But it's funny because when you wake up the next morning, you always still feel ready for more. But I'm lucky that I've met some really, really lovely people on here, and they're all far, far more experienced than this in terms of camping and stuff like that. I've done bits of stuff in the hills over the years, but I'm not a backpacker, and so it's been a really, really good opportunity to learn from people. They've been so kind, but just seeing how people set their tents up and the kit they have and everything, and there's lots of oh, what tent's that and where did you get that, and the stuff they carry, the stuff they don't. It's been really, really good learning opportunity, so I'm really grateful for that. I was realising as well that actually I quite like the simplicity of it, because the girls really helped me sort my kit out before I come, and so I haven't brought that much stuff with me, and there isn't really anything that I haven't used. And I kind of like the routine of the fact that you're walking along and all you've got to look after is what you have on your back. And so when you get to wherever you're going to camp for the night, I've sort of got into this routine of I get here and I get my tent up and I get everything all sorted out, and then I have a snack pocket on my rucksack, so I refill that for the next day and take out all the wrappers and things, sort the rubbish out, and go and get myself all washed and I've got this sort of clean set of long johns, and that's what I sleep in. And you get all of that done, and only once I've got everything organised and got my boots sorted, take the insoles out, get everything drying and everything sorted, that's when I'll make my tea, get water ready for the next day and everything. And it's a really sort of simple life, and I think it's helping settle my brain a bit. You don't have much stuff to look after, so you just get into a quick routine of how you're going to do it and where you're going to put things in the tent, and that's really good for me. It's raining now. This is the first time I've had this tent in the rain, and it's the first time we've had any rain. It's been so hot, so I'll be interested to see how that changes my perspective of camping, because at the minute in the morning when you need to get everything down, my tent has to go on my rucksack first, so I can't pack everything away and then get the tent last, which is really, really annoying. It's quite big, so it has to go in. So this is going to test whether or not it's actually waterproof, and also my sense of humour in the morning and my patience. I've met some fantastic people here. There was just a few stand out, and I've realised that when you're just trekking and doing stuff and you haven't got much else to think about, the small things that happen every day become really vivid for you. And so the conversations that I've had and the people that I've met have been quite special. You end up sort of talking about all sorts of stuff, and it starts off with sort of talking about kit and what experience you've got of doing the challenge and where you're going. The standard thing is, where did you start, where are you finishing, where are you going tomorrow. But I was sharing a room last night with a lady called Trina from Canada in the hostel, and she was just so inspiring. She's come all the way over, despite the fact that a couple of weeks before she was due to come, after all her training, she's 62 and she worked her socks off to get here. This was her first challenge. She stuck her foot down a pothole when she was out walking the dog and did her ankle, and she came to see how she'd get on, and after all that expense she's had to stop. But in the way that the world goes in a lovely circle sometimes, the guy when she decided to stop on the challenge and get herself to somewhere where she could get a bus, the guy that picked her up is the guy that I met doing his final Monroe when I was doing Mulladock, and who I took a photo of that I want to get to the challenge, and he stopped and helped her, wouldn't take any money for petrol, drove her where she needed to be, and said no, it's about paying it forward. And it's just lovely how it all comes a circle like that. But we chatted about so much, and she really inspired me, because she said, you know, you have to give yourself permission to fail, and that rain's getting worse. You hear that now, that's the great Scottish weather. And parked in a really beautiful space by an old lodge that isn't here anymore. They've knocked it down, but there's quite a few of us here, so everyone just scarpered for their tents. But Trina was just really interesting, because she talked about giving herself permission to fail, and the fact it was all right. You know, she put so much pressure on herself to do this, but she needed to say, I need to stop now. And we just talked about all sorts of stuff, including grizzly bear attacks as well, and how they eat you whilst you're still alive. That was quite an interesting one. And then she was like, oh, I'm going to show you my picture of my house in Ontario, and it's got a lake, and she said you need to come and stay with me and everything. But it was just fab. It's just really kind people, and all the things that you end up talking about. There hasn't been anything I've really disliked so far. It's been very hot. Today was cooler, but you know, the rain, this, I'm not really impressed with this. I can see, I'm just looking, and I can see like the outside of my tent looks like it's sagging a bit, so I better go and tidy it up a little bit before it starts to touch the inner and everything. But we'll see how the mighty scarp survives the night. Bye bye.